Flavor is the key to any great meal, and it's a great way to add variety to your plate. Hi, I'm Julie Gardner with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, and today I'm here with Roger Hall from Texas Beef Council. Now Roger, you're going to explain to us how we can add some flavors to our plate. I know many people are afraid to experiment with flavors. Maybe they don't know what ingredient to add with what dish, and so what are some key tips that you can give us?
Well, Julie, rubs and marinades are one of my favorite topics. They allow you to have a different flavor on your steak every night, whether it's a spicy fajita, fresh herbs for burgers, or even a citrus flavor to bring in the summer. Whatever you need, rubs and marinades can help give you that flavor.
Great. Now, if I understand correctly, marinades are with liquid ingredients, rubs are with dry ingredients. So tell me a little bit, how would you put together a marinade?
Sure, let's start with the marinade. So I've got a really simple one here today. You can certainly go to the store and buy your own marinade, but I like to make mine here at home with the ingredients that I've got on the shelf to watch the sodium content and save a little bit of money. So if you go ahead and give me a hand, what we're going to do is take some of our garlic that we've got. You can use minced, pureed, anything like that will work just fine. Get that in there. And then we've got a little bit of soy sauce. Okay. Love the flavor that's going to add to it. We've got a little bit of red wine vinegar, going to be very good, help with that acid a little bit. And of course our oil. So any good marinade is going to contain an acid and an oil so that it's going to work properly. Now we're going to be using a flank steak today, and the flank steak is a tougher cut, so what we're going to do is take and let this kind of marinate for 6 to 18 hours so that it really does its job. There.
So now, marinating that long, really what does that do to the meat?
Well, what's going to happen is the acid is going to help break down some of those muscle tissues and make it more tender.
More tender, okay.
Yes.
And I noticed you use olive oil, which is a healthy choice.
Yes.
So that's great.
Absolutely. I like using these resealable bags so that we can make sure that the meat makes really good contact with the marinade and let that go.
And cleanup is so easy using that sealable
Absolutely.
bag. That's perfect, perfect. So we've discussed marinades. We know that we can use those on steak. Now, you did use a flank steak. Could that marinade be used on maybe a less tough cut of meat?
Absolutely. So strip steak, fillets, anything like that, just marinate those for 30 minutes to 2 hours. Absolutely nothing but flavor. You can use the same marinade.
Oh, great. All right. So now what about rubs? Now, I know I've been to the grocery store and I'm a little overwhelmed when I go to that section, and there's so many different varieties and flavors, but they're very pricey, Roger. And so how can I make mine own at home and maybe make it more affordable and maybe a little healthier as well?
Absolutely. So a rub is just a collection of dry spices. So we can use what we have on the shelf at home already. So a little bit of black pepper. Now I like using about half and half of each. Some garlic here and a little bit of paprika to give it just a tiny bit of kick. Now I like putting it in a plastic container, seal that up, and then just give it a good shake so that we can take and use this again tomorrow night if we wanted to. But what I'm going to do is let you go ahead and put some of this on our burgers here, because burgers need a little bit of flavor too, and a dry rub is a great way to do that.
And I'm just sprinkling it on, right?
Sprinkle it on there. A rub is a great way of adding flavor without adding any fat. So, fantastic.
One thing I noticed too, that there's no sodium in this, and so those that are watching their blood pressure, this is a great way to get that flavor without driving that blood pressure up, so that's perfect.
Absolutely. And you're doing just what it says, rubbing it in so that it makes really good contact with the meat.
Great. So, easy to use, things that we can use from home, from our pantry, all these ingredients I have available, and most people do, so, great and very affordable. That's one thing I love about both rubs and marinade, and lots of flavor.
Absolutely.
Great. Next time you're looking to add more flavor to your plate, I hope you'll remember Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service.